I'm Shane from Schrader Fitness on part 2 of youthful aging. So factors of how we age. Use it or lose it. I'm sure everyone's heard that term, but is that enough to just use it? Because just using it is, like we showed on the diagram of the last one, is that just using it you'll still lose muscle mass and bone density by just being active. So use it or lose it actually means you've got to use it to stimulate more growth. So you've got to use it to a harder level. Is that enough? And that depends on you. All right. So if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, even if you've done sport before, your body only hangs on to a stimulus for 4 or 5 days. After that, you start losing it. So I'm sure a lot of you have gone through from your 30s to your 50s, and you're not what you used to be when you're in your 30s or when you were playing football out of high school and so on. You probably had a great physique and great body, and now you're 40 and 50 after a few kids, and it's not the same body. So, but it can be, okay? And that depends on you. You could get to your 50s and 60s and go, you know what, I'm quite happy the way I am. That's totally fine. But don't forget, with that in mind, you will drop into the dependent stage of life or incapacitated stage of life somewhere in the 70s, 80s. And that also depends on whether you choose to do something or not. Resistance training, why? For a better, more active life is why. If you can maintain the muscle you had when you were 20 or 30, well, you'll be able to do what you did when you were 20 or 30. Like literally there's nothing I can't do that I did when I was 20 or 30. So it all becomes down to choices. Food, does it make any difference? Absolutely yes. Western society had the worst diet on the planet. Australia is one of the unhealthiest overweight nations in the world, only second to, they're ahead of America. So food really does make a difference. And what I've noticed over the last few years is when people hit their 50s, 60s, they go, you know what, I deserve my glass of wine, my beers on Fridays, Saturday nights, I've worked hard all my life. But guess what, those things are going to rob you of the life you wanted in your retirement years. So you have to be more critical of what you eat post 50, because it's going to have a greater impact on your body. You'll gain weight faster after that age. You'll become sicker. Organs have already had 30 or 40 years of maybe not a great diet. So I call it the wheels fall off the cart. The wheels start to fall off the cart after around 50 years old if you continue to have bad food habits. So what you get out of your food has to support, your body's got 11 systems that it's got to run: skeletal system, muscular system, nervous system, endocrine system, cardiovascular system, lymphatic system, respiratory, digestive, urinary, reproductive, integumentary. So each one of those systems requires a different mineral or nutrient and vitamin that has to be supplied by your diet. So if your diet is lacking in any one of those areas, then one or more of those systems are going to be lacking. And then you end up going to the doctors, getting medication, treating a symptom, and you're on the merry-go-round. You can prevent that. You can totally prevent it by increasing your nutritional density as you get older, because it's more important post 50 than it was when you're in 20 or 30. Unfortunately, our bodies get away with a lot without being looked after. And then it comes and bites you in the bum later on. Each system requires different nutrients to function optimally. So what I've found is people aren't really fussed about being optimal. They are quite happy being subnormal, and they think that's normal. So the minute you start worrying about what you eat, when you eat, how you eat, portion size, then all of a sudden things start to improve at any age. You could be 50, 60, 70. If you turn things around, the body will turn around. Okay, that's how good it is. The body is amazing. Supplement or not, a lot of people go, oh, I eat really clean. I eat vegetables and fruit and nuts and meat and fish and chicken. Now, that's good, really good, for a person that lives an average life, doesn't exceed levels where they're trying to rebuild bone, muscle, tissue, all that sort of stuff. If you're going to train and you're going to do resistance training and you're post 50, then, and actually even before 50, even the younger people, if you're going to train, your demands on your body and the use of nutrients is tenfold compared to an average person just going to work, coming home, playing with the kids, doing dinner and doing the same thing the next day. The minute you start tearing down muscle fibers in a gym and needing it to rebuild, you have a different nutrient requirement. 17 years ago, to give you an idea, I was given 2 years to live. I'd had 6 pancreatic attacks. I was a very, very sick man. But my wife and I, we made a choice to change the way we were living and the way we were eating. And we started supplementing with very high nutritional density shakes that literally have taken me from a very, very sick man to the best version of myself. And I'm still using them 17 years later and no intention to stop. So do you need to supplement? I say absolutely yes. Resistance training requires a higher nutritional intake, coming back to supplementing, because when you supplement, it's quite often in a liquid form or a concentrated form, and it absorbs quickly into the body without getting broken down too much in the digestive system, and you get the benefits from it if you go high quality nutrients. So it's worthwhile researching and finding out what's the best things you can do for yourself. And what you'll find, if you do it right and you find the right formula to improve your body, you're going to get outstanding results, and you will reach optimal performance in your body at any age. It may take some time. It's not a take it tomorrow and you're going to get it tomorrow. It's a time where your body's got to repair and rebuild and grow in that way. So again, that's part 2. In the next one, I'll put together ways to train so that you get the best out of your training. All right, I hope that was helpful for people, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.